Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to discuss with you an English lesson. I have selected an English lesson from a book. The name of the book is Essential Grammar in Use. This is the book I am going to discuss with you. This book is pressed by Cambridge University. This is a very important book for the students and the people who want to improve their knowledge of English. They can use this book. Anyone can buy from a bookshop. Right. This is the unit 1. This is the first lesson of this book. The first lesson has wound around about Amisa. The first lesson has wound around about Amisa. That's why I am going to discuss about the Amisa, the usage of them. First of all, let's discuss some examples to understand about this lesson. Learning through the example, it will be able to improve your knowledge of English. So I will show you some example for your convenience. Right. Be verbs. We are going to talk about the be verbs. When you are writing and reading, very often you can see the be verbs. That's why you have to know about the usage of them. I have written some example also, you can see here. The first, you have to know what are the be verbs. These are the be verbs. The present form of the be verbs are am, is, are. The past form of the be verbs are was, were. Future form is will be. Present perfect forms are have been and has been. Past perfect form is had been. Those are the be verbs. Those are the form of the be verb. But remember, the first lesson of this book is talking about only am, is, are. Before I have mentioned about that one, the first lesson is talking about only am, is, are. Try to remember. That's why I'm going to discuss about them. Okay. The first you have to know about the usage of the be verbs. Now you can understand what are the be verbs, and we are going to discuss about only am, is, are. So other forms of the be verbs I will discuss under the other lessons in the near future. Don't worry, be happy, right? This is the first explanation of the be verb. We can use be verb with the modal verbs. We can use with the be verbs with the modal verbs. Now you may know about what are the modal verbs. So I have written one sentences for your convenience. It will be dark soon. It will be dark soon. Eya ikmening andaru wanu ඇත. Eya ikmening andaru wanu ඇත. So you can see here the be verb. This is the be verb. එහෙනම් මෙයා තමයි අපි be verb එක. Will is the modal verb here. එහෙනම් modal verb එක හැටියට අපිට ගන්න පුළුවන් will කියන කෙනා. Next one. The verb be is link verb. It is used. අපිට link verb කියලා කියන්නේ සම්බන්ධ කිරීමේ වචන හැටියට භාවිතා කරන්න පුළුවන්. With the noun phrase. We can use the be verb to link verbs or phrase. The first one is we can use be with the noun phrase. I have written one example for you. My mother is a teacher. My mother is a teacher. Mage amma guruwariyaki. Mage amma guruwariyaki. Here you can see the be verb and noun phrase. I will show you now in this sentence what is the noun phrase. This is the noun phrase of the sentence. The first you have to understand what is the noun phrase. This is the be verb. එහෙනම් අපි is කියන කෙනා be verb form එකක් කියන්න දන්නවා. is කියන කෙනා be verb එක. Noun phrase එක a teacher. We can use another usage. Next one. ඊළඟ අපි භාවිතා කිරීම be verb එක with an adjective. The be verbs we can use an adjectives. What are the adjectives? Adjectives කියලා කියන්නේ අපි නාම විශේෂණ පද. This soup is very tasty. These are the adjectives. Be verb we have used here with adjectives. අපි adjectives සමග be verb එක භාවිත කරලා තියෙනවා. අපි මේ soup එක ඉතා රසවත්. This soup is very tasty. Now you can see here we have used be verb with the adjectives. Remember. Next one. With the prepositional phrase, with a prepositional phrase. Normally we can use be verb with the prepositional phrase. What are the prepositional phrase? We'll see. I have written some example for your convenience. John and his wife are from Manchester. John and his wife are from Manchester. John saha ඔහුගේ බිරිඳ Manchester වලින් කියලායි මේක කියන්නේ. What is the meaning of Manchester කියලා කියන්නේ කාර්මික නගරයක්. It is the name of the city in England. England වල තියෙන කාර්මික නගරයක නමක් තමයි Manchester කියලා කියන්නේ. We have used what is the prepositional phrase? From is a preposition, so we can get this part of the sentence as a prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrase එකක් හැටියට අපිට මේ කොටස මේ වාක්‍යය ගන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙනම් ආ කියලා කියන්නේ අපි දන්නවා be verb එක. අපි භාවිතා කරලා තියෙනවා we have used be verb with the prepositional phrase. Get a rough idea, keep in your mind, don't forget it forever. That is very important for you. When you are writing and we are reading English very often, you can see like this sentence patterns. Try to understand the usage of them. එහෙනම් ඔයා ඉංග්‍රීසි කියවනකොට ලියනකොට ගොඩක් දේවල් මේ විදිහට මතක තියෙනවා. දකින්න ලැබෙනවා. ඒවා නිතර මතකයේ තබා ගන්න. Next one. The flowers are on the table. The flowers are on the table. You can see here. You may know the on is the preposition here. The kids also know about these prepositions. පොඩි ළමයිනුත් මේ prepositions ගැන දන්නවා. On මත කියලා කියන එක අපි බොහෝ දුර සරලව ගන්නවා නම් මත කියලා ගන්නේ විවිධ තේරුම් තියෙනවා විවිධ තව ගොඩක් අර්ථකථනයන් තියෙනවා නමුත් සරලව අපි ගත්තාම අපිට the flowers are on the table මල් මේසය උඩ නැත්තම් මත තියෙනවා කියන අර්ථය ගන්න පුළුවන් table. But we are talking about the be verbs and uses them. Here you can see we have used the be verbs with the prepositional phrase. What is the prepositional phrase of the sentence? This is the prepositional phrase or part of the sentence. Make the make කොටස අපිට prepositional phrase එක හැටියට ගන්න පුළුවන් වාක්‍ය තුල. Right. Next one. This explanation belongs to level of intermediate with the ing form to make the continuous aspect. Continuous aspect. When you are talking about the active voice, you may have heard present continuous tense. We are talking, I have given this one example. We are talking down the street, everything is wet. අපි පාරේ ඇවිදගෙන යනවා සෑම දෙයක්ම මොනවද වෙලා තෙත් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ කියලායි කියන්නේ. අපි පාරේ ඇවිදගෙන යනවා සෑම දෙයක්ම තෙත් වෙලා තියෙනවා. We are walking down the street, everything is wet. I have used present continuous tense to write this sentence. You have to know what is the present continuous tense. Subject, this is the form of the present continuous tense. Am, is, are, plus verb, ing. This is the form of the present continuous tense. But I am not talking about the form of the present continuous tense. Why? We are talking about the be verbs in a sentence. Shall we discuss? We are talking down the street, everything is wet. You can see here, I is a be verb. Api a කියලා කියන්නේ be verb එකක්. එතකොට අපි මෙතන present continuous tense එක සකස් කර ගැනීම සඳහා ආ කියන එක යොදාගෙන තියෙනවා. ඒක මතකයේ තබා ගන්න. present continuous tense එක. Next one. We can use the be verbs to make the passive voice. We can make passive form using the be verbs. එහෙනම් අපිට be verbs කියන කෙනා භාවිතා කරලා passive forms හදා ගන්න පුළුවන්. Look at the first one. The street is called Montague Street. The street is called Montague Street. Vidya Montague Vidya lesa හැඳින්වේ කියලා කිය. This is a passive voice. This is the passive voice. When you're writing the passive voice, very often you have to put the verb in third form. Past participle form of the verb you have to put in a sentence in passive voice. In a passive voice, වල අපි තියන්නේ තුන්වෙනි form එක. This car is made in Japan. මෙම මෝටර් රථය ජපානයේ නිපදවා ඇත. Right? එහෙනම් අපි මෙතනත් am is භාවිතා කරලා තියෙනවා. is කියන එක භාවිතා කරලා තියෙනවා. For the passive, එහෙනම් අපි be verb we can use to make the passive voice. අපිට passive voice හදා ගන්න. අපිට භාවිතා කරන්න පුළුවන් be verb එකේදී කියලා මතකයේ තබා ගන්න. Level advance. This explanation belongs to level of advance. We use some noun with the verb be followed by that clause. Normally when you are writing English sentences, you have to use the that clause. After that clause එක භාවිතා කරලා වාක්‍ය ලියන්න සිද්ධ වෙනවා. එවැනි අවස්ථාවල, like that occasion we have to use the be verbs. Or be verbs කියන කෙනා භාවිතා කරන්න වෙනවා. The danger is that the whole thing might catch fire. අන්තරදායකත්වයේ වන්නේ මොකක්ද? මුළු දෙයටම ගින්නක් ඇතිවීමයි. සෑම දෙයටම ගින්නක් ඇවිලීම තමයි අන්තරදායක වන දේ කියලායි කියන්නේ. The danger is that the whole thing might catch fire. You can see here, we have used is. This is the that clause. Second sentence, it's a pity that the children aren't here. ළමයි මෙහි නොසිටීම කනගාටුවට කරුණකි. It's a pity. Pity is a කනගාටුව. It's a pity that the children aren't here. ළමයි නොසිටීම aren't here. ළමයි නොසිටීම කනගාටුවට කරුණකි. Right. You can see here, it's. We have used is. අපි භාවිතා කරලා තියෙනවා is කියන කෙනා එයා be verb එක. එහෙනම් that clause එකත් එක්ක is කියන කෙනා අපි භාවිතා කරලා තියෙනවා. Remember, get a rough idea, keep in your mind. The lucky thing is that nobody was hurt. Lucky thing, වාසනාවන්ත දෙය නම් කිසිවකට හානියක් නොවීමයි. ඒක වාසනාවට කරුණා. එහෙනම් වාසනාවන්ත දේ තමයි කිසිවකට හානියක් නොවීම. නේද අපි එහෙම හිතන්නේ. The lucky thing is that nobody was hurt. But here also you can see the be verbs and that clause. What that clause එකත් එක්කම be verb එක භාවිතා කරලා තියෙන ආකාරය බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. These are the usage of the be verbs. So you have to understand what are the usage of them. So normally again I will remind them. මම නැවත සැරයක් එක ඔබට පැහැදිලි කරන්නම්. අපි කතා කරන්නේ be verbs. We are talking about be verbs and usage then ඒවල භාවිතය. We use infinitive form. අපි භාවිතා කරනවා be verb කියන එක modal verb සමග කියලා කිව්වා. be verb එකක් භාවිතා කරන ආකාරයෙන් අපි කතා කරන්නේ නේද? අපි be verbs කතා කරන ආකාරයෙන් කතා කරන්නේ. be verbs කියන එක පළමු වතාවට අපිට පුළුවන් භාවිතා කරන්න modal verb. modal ගැන modal කියලා කියන්නේ අපි දන්නවා we know what are the modals. will, can, would, shall, may, might, those are the be verbs. මේවා සමග අපිට මේ be verb කියන කෙනා භාවිතා කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා පළවෙනි එකෙන් කියනවා. I have given some example also. This is the first one. I will be dark soon. අපි කිව්වා be verb එක. Right. Next one. link in අදහසක්. ඒ කියන්නේ verb එකක් නැත්තම් phrase එකක් අපිට සම්බන්ධ කරන්න භාවිතා කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා කියනවා be verbs කියන කෙනා. Then noun phrase එකක් භාවිතා කරන ආකාරය දීලා තියෙනවා. ඊට අමතරව adjective එකකින් කොහොමද භාවිතා කරන්නේ? adjective එකක් සමග කොහොමද අපි be verbs භාවිතා කරන්නේ? නේද? This is the example for that one. This soup is very tasty. එහෙනම් අපි adjective එකක් එක්ක කොහොමද be verb එක භාවිතා කරන්න කියන එක තියෙනවා. එහෙනම් අපිට පුළුවන් prepositional phrase එකක් එක්ක be verb එක භාවිතා කරන්න. We can use the be verbs with the prepositional phrases in the sentences. Try to understand. I have given the one example also. This is the first one. John and his wife are from Manchester. So prepositional phrases you can see in these sentences. මේ වාක්‍යවල වාට prepositional phrases දකින්න ලැබෙනවා. On the table, from Manchester. Those are the prepositional phrases in these sentences. Try to understand. අපි කතා කරන්නේ be verb එක භාවිතයන් ගැන. Next one. We can අපිට පුළුවන් භාවිතා කරන්න continuous aspect සඳහා. උදාහරණ present continuous tense එක භාවිතයට අපි භාවිතා කරලා තියෙනවා මේ be verb එකේ present forms භාවිතා කරලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට passive forms සඳහා අපි භාවිතා කරනවා be verb කියලා මතක තියාගන්න. එහෙනම් those are the we can use be verb with the that clause in the sentences. In the sentence අපිට පුළුවන් that clause එකත් සමග be verb කියන කෙනා භාවිතා කරන්න. Simply you have to remember the usage of the be verbs. Now shall we discuss about our first lesson of the book. This is the first lesson of the book. Unit 1. I am going to talk about am, is, are. Now you know what are the be verbs. There are a lot of be verbs we can see, but I am going to talk about am, is, are only through the first lesson. This is the first lesson we are going to talk. Am, is, are. Right. You have given some pictures also. The first picture, I'm a doctor. Second one, she is a doctor. She isn't a nurse. Now you can see the first sentence is positive. Second sentence is negative. She is a doctor. Aya dostarwariyak. She isn't a nurse. Aya nurse kenek nowe nevi කියලා කියන්නේ. The first sentence is positive sentence. Second sentence is negative sentence. Remember. Second picture. It is hot. It isn't cold. It's hot. It isn't cold. It's hot. It isn't cold. එහෙනම් අධික රස්නයක්. The first sentence is positive sentence. Second sentence is negative sentence. It's hot. It isn't cold. They are rich. They aren't poor. They are rich. They aren't poor. ඒගොල්ලෝ පොහොසත්. ඒගොල්ලෝ දුප්පත් නොවේ කියලායි කියන්නේ. They are rich. They aren't poor. ඒගොල්ලෝ පොහොසත් නොවේ කියලායි කියන්නේ. right? In other things, before I told you positive things, positive sentences and negative sentences. The first, we have to discuss about the positive sentences. Positive. Very often, when you are writing English, am you can use with I. I කියන කෙනත් එක්කම ඔයාලට am කියන කෙනා නිතර භාවිතා කරන්න පුළුවන්. He, she, it. Singular pronouns. අපි සර්වනාම පද pronouns කියලා කියනවා. He, she, it. ඔහු, ඇය, ඒක නැත්තම් ඌ. එතකොට අපිට මේවත් සමග these with these singular pronoun you can use is. එහෙනම් ඔයාලට භාවිතා කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ මේ ඒක වචන सर्वनाम पद समग is කියන කෙනා. We, you, they, those are the plural pronouns. එහෙනම් මේවට අපි කියනවා බහුවචන सर्वनाम पद නේද? With those plural pronouns you can use ආ කියන කෙනා ඔයාලට භාවිතා කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? Next one. I am. I am. This is the long form. This is the short form. We can tell them abbreviation forms. අපි කියනවා කෙටි කළ යෙදුම් වලට abbreviations forms කියලා කියනවා. එහෙනම් දීර්ඝ කළ යෙදුම දීර්ඝ යෙදුම I am කියන එක කෙටි කරලා ලියන්න පුළුවන් I'm කියලා. I'm. This is the abbreviation form. He is. He is his. She is she's. It is its. Like that you can pronounce. These are the abbreviation form of be verbs. Next one. We are. You are. They are. There. Those are the abbreviation forms. Then කෙටි කළ යෙදුම් අපිට පුළුවන් ඉංග්‍රීසි ලියනකොට ඔයාලට පුළුවන් දීර්ඝ යෙදුම ලියනකොට වඩා ටිකක් ලස්සනයි හොඳ යෙදුමක් තමයි මේ කෙටි abbreviation forms භාවිතා කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් නේද? When you are writing English, if you can use the abbreviation form, that is very useful for your writing. ඒක වාගේ ලිවීම සඳහා ගොඩක් වැදගත් වෙයි ප්‍රයෝජනවත් වෙනවා කියලායි කියන්නේ. Right. Next part is negative forms. These are the negative form. I'm going to discuss with you about the negative form of the be verbs. Right. I am not. First one is I am not. Second one, he is not. She is not. It is not. We are not. You are not. They are not. These are the long forms. So you can see the two abbreviation form of this. What make it දැක ගන්න පුළුවන් abbreviation forms දෙකක් තියෙනවා. The first one, I'm not. I am not. I'm not. He is not. Is not. She is not. She's not. It is not. It's not. Next one. We are not. We are not. You are not. You are not. They are not. They are not. Or another form. ඊළඟ අපිට form එකක් තියෙනවා. Negative form. නැහැ කියන අර්ථය ගන්න පුළුවන්. He isn't. She isn't. It isn't. We aren't. You aren't. They aren't. Right? You can use these things. Normally, is not. You can write like this. Isn't. Are not. We can write aren't. These are the long form. On the other side, you can see the abbreviation form of the be verbs. Remember. In this book, you can see some example. Some sentences have written using the be verbs. Now, let's discuss about the example of the books. The first one, can you close the window, please? I'm called. Can you close the window, please? I'm called. What පුළුවන් ද ජනේලය කරුණාකරලා වහන්න? ඇයි මට සීතලයි. I'm called. Here you can see we have used be verb. අපි be verb කියන එක මෙතන භාවිතා කරලා තියෙනවා. I am abbreviation form of I am කියන කෙනේ එක්කෙනාගේ කෙටි යෙදුම අපි මෙතන I'm කියලා භාවිතා කරලා තියෙනවා. We have used the abbreviation form of I am. Next one, second one. I'm 32 years old. My sister is 29. I'm 32 years old. My sister is 29. Neither. මට 32යි වයස. My sister, මගේ සහෝදරියට 29යි කියලා කියනවා. එහෙනම් I'm and is. Both words belongs to the be verbs. එහෙනම් මේ වචන දෙකම be verbs වලට අයිති කියලා මතක තියාගන්න. Remember. Next one. My brother is a policeman. He is very tall. My brother is a policeman. He is very tall. මගේ සහෝදරයා පොලිස් නිලධාරියෙක්. එයා ගොඩක් උසයි. These are the be verbs. Now you know what are the be verbs. You can understand very easily about what are the be verbs. Be verbs කියන එක දැන් ඔයා හොඳට දන්නවා. කිසි ගැටලුවක් නැහැ. Now you know very well what are the be verbs. Next one. John is afraid of dogs. John is afraid of dog. Yes. John බල්ලන්ට බයයි. නේද? John බල්ලන්ට හරිම බයයි. John is afraid of dogs. Is we can get as a be verbs. එහෙනම් අපිට is කියන කෙනා be verb එක කියන්න අපි දන්නවා. Next one. It's 10 o'clock. You are late again. නේද? දැන් 10යි වෙලාව. ඔයා ආයෙත් සැරයක් පරක්කුයි නැවතත් පරක්කුයි. නේද? It's 10 o'clock. You are late again. These are the be verbs. Next one. And I are very good friends. And I are very good friends. Now you can see here in this sentence, the subject is plural and I. There are two persons. That's why subject is a plural. So we can use the are of the with the subject. එහෙනම් අපි subject එකත් සමග are කියන කෙනා තමයි භාවිතා කරන්නේ. මෙයා බහුවචන subject එකක් හැටියට තමයි අපි භාවිතා කරන්නේ. එහෙනම් what is the be verb here? This is the be verb. My shoes are very dirty. I must clean them. My shoes are very dirty. I must clean them. මගේ සපත්තු හරිම කුණු ගෑවිලා. මම ඒවා පිරිසිදු කළ යුතුයි කියලායි කියන්නේ. This is the be verb. Now you can see. I'm tired. මට හරි මහන්සි, but I am not hungry. I'm tired, but I am not hungry. මට හරිම මහන්සි. ඒ වුණාට මට බඩගිනි නෑ. I'm not hungry. So you can see here positive form of the be, negative form of the be. We have used in this sentence. අපි මේ වාක්‍යයේ positive සහ negative forms භාවිතා කරලා තියෙන ආකාරය බලන්න. Next one. Tom isn't interested in politics. Tom isn't interested in politics. එහෙනම් Tom කියන කෙනා දේශපාලනට වැඩි කැමැත්තක් නැහැ කියලා කියන්නේ නේද? Interested. එහෙනම් Tom isn't interested in politics. එහෙනම් එයා දේශපාලනට වැඩි කැමැත්තක් නැහැ. Negative form of the be. Jane isn't at home at the moment. She's at work. Yes, what happened? Jane isn't at home. Jane ගෙදර නැහැ. ඒ වෙලාවේ she's at work. අය වැඩක නියැලීලා ඇති. අය වැඩ කරන ගමන් වෙන්න ඇති. නේ? අය වැඩක ඇති. Jane isn't at home. Isn't is the abbreviation form. Another one, she's. These are the be verbs. Next one. Those people aren't English. They are Australian. Yes, those people aren't English. They are Australian. Those people, Eminisu, English ජාතිකයෝම නෙමෙයි. They are Australian. ඒගොල්ලෝ Australian ජාතිකයෝත් වෙනවා. ඔක්කොම ඉංග්‍රීසි ජාතිකයෝ නෙමෙයි. ඉංග්‍රීසි ජාතිකයෝ නෙමෙයි. ඒගොල්ලෝ ඕස්ට්‍රේලියානු ජාතිකයින් කියලායි කියන්නේ. Now these are the be verbs. Next one. Another some abbreviation forms we have to discuss now. You can see here that is an abbreviation form. The long form is that is. අපි කෙටි යෙදුම තමයි that's කියන්නේ. ඒකේ දීර්ඝ යෙදුම that is කියලා කියනවා. There's, there is. Here's, here is. Next one. Thank you, that's very kind of you. Thank you, that's very kind of you. One of example has written. That is කියන එක භාවිතය. That is long form is that is. That's කියලා කියන්නේ කෙටි යෙදුම. Look, there's George. Look, there's George. අපි කියනවා there is කියන එක there's කියලා අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන්. There is George. අපි කියන්නේ there is a cat at the gate. Pusek ඉන්නවා. There is a cat at the gate. Gate එක ළඟ. ඒ වගේ. There is a George. There is a George. George ඉන්නවා. Right. This is the first lesson and explanations. Now you must understand what are the be verbs. This first lesson talking about the amisa, we call for them as a be verb. Try to understand what this I say. I hope to bring a series of English lessons, including this book, in the near future, and stay with me to do a lot activities of this book. So in next week, shall we discuss about the second page? There are a lot of activities we have to do. Today I will not discuss about these things. Now you can understand what are the be verb and usage of them. Again and again, please read the same explanation at home. And next week we will discuss about activities together in the class. Right. Thank you very much for listening to me. Okay, goodbye.